Okay, there we're back. We're back. Finally, screen animations. Do I need screen animation? You know, nah, I'm gonna purposely make the game look as bad as possible. I don't know what that. I don't know what screen animations do. Now, of course, like it's super amazing when like the game just stops your recording. So yeah, I mean it was pretty much a waste of a recording anyway. So you guys you would probably be happy not to see it anyways, because it's basically just me like getting the steak out of the furnace and complaining about like it not being full screen. So I just took out a full screen mode because I put it into full screen. So yeah. Oh hey, the wheat's done. I'm just gonna try to mine. Yeah. Okay, so that's in full screen mode, so it should look better. Because, you know, even though I wanted it to look as bad as possible, it's better to record it with, like, not being not full screen. Yeah. Really good talking to me. Thank you. Oh, thank me for that amazing compliment. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, me. Oh, yeah. Uh, you know, I don't think it's render distance really doing the lag because, I mean, it helped a little bit, but, like, there's still a decent amount of lag. I mean, it's definitely, like, a bunch lower, but, like, there still is some good luck. Oh, come on. Is it already nighttime? I just left. Oh, my God. I hate that. I mean, there's no sun, so, yeah, there's not really any way to tell. Because I took away the sun. You take the sun, and you take the moon, and you put in everything that looks like fun. Rada, 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 rada. Chowder. Yeah, that's the chowder thing. I'm very good at singing. Thank you. Uh, okay, well, yeah, now the screen is a bit, like, the menus are a bit changed, but I guess that's because now it's, like, full screen instead of not full screen. Okay, well, still gotta get, like, a bunch more trees, so that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be super fun. It's gonna take a lot of trees. Hopefully the amount of, like, is this gonna be enough room in my inventory? Because, like, I know I'm gonna break a few axes, but am I gonna break enough axes that, like, it's gonna not take up that much? Because, well, I only need, like, 13 more stacks, and, like, 9, 10, and then 11. Yeah, there'll be, like, 3 axes broken by the time I get 13 stacks. At least. It'll probably be way more. But, like, I'm just, no, not probably, definitely 3 broken, but, like, you know, already have 10 open, and, you know, this axe is about to break. Like, it's probably gonna snap now. No, now. Yeah. Now, the point of this is pretty much none. Like, I could have just gotten iron, and, like, this would have been it would have been faster to, like, mine, but, and of course, I wouldn't need as many axes, because, like, iron is, like, probably double as, like, durable. I can't say that exactly, but it's probably around twice as durable, maybe 50% more. Actually, maybe, like, 2.5 more. Oh, no, not twice as much. Well, I don't know. It's around twice. I wouldn't say it's less than twice, but it's definitely around twice. Unless it is less than twice, it might be less than twice. I mean, not a lot less than twice, like 1.5, but maybe 1.75 times as efficient. I don't know. I mean, this stone axe is breaking pretty quick, and, like, I know an iron axe doesn't break this quick. I don't know. And, I finally was able to upload the last 2 videos because, like, because I found out that, like, that you have to, like, verify your account to upload longer than 15 minutes, which, like, I guess makes sense because, like, for people like bots that come onto the website and then, like, post, like, hour or, like, 24-hour long videos. well, I'm not. Can you even post 24 hours? Like, I think I've seen some, but like, I've heard like that the limit was like 3. So like, even let's say bots like posting 3-hour long videos, like 3 hours. That's still like 3 hours. Yeah, people doing that. Like that's still them doing that. The 3-hour long videos, like bots posting a bunch of those. Yeah, that wouldn't be very good. It being capped at 15, but then you have to verify to get over 15. That makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. I forgot which direction the house was at. But as long as, if I follow the path of, like, leaves or, like, saplings on the ground, I'll be able to find the way back. Hopefully. You know, there's also a chance that I can't, and then I'll have to, like, turn up the render distance to find the house. I'm pretty sure it's in that direction. I think, yeah. And of course, I'm gonna walk around because, like, of course, I don't have very much food, so the amount of blocks that I'm breaking is gonna start, like, depleting my hunger anyways. Because after 100 blocks broken brings down your hunger. So I'm gonna have enough food as long as I don't keep sprinting, but you know, like, still. Speaking of food. And of course the jumping is gonna speed that process up a bit faster too, so yeah. Oh, this is the bee area? Is this the place I found that bee? No, this is the outside of the area that I found the bee. Well, yeah, it's outside. Because you can tell that this is still a flower forest, but it's just next, because it's the same flower forest, it's just across a mountain. Well, not a mountain. Well, is it a mountain? Pretty thin mountain. But it's still, it's like, in Bedrock Edition, it's definitely a mountain. If this was Java, of course, like, it would be a way taller if it was a mountain. It would just be a hill. But, of course, for some reason, things are way lower on this. I mean, this is still pretty much a hill, but, like, that's about the height that you're gonna find mountains on in Bedrock. Which isn't too great. Not the best, yeah. And yeah, already my second axe is about to be broken, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna have enough slots for 13 stacks, so yeah. And you may be wondering, like, why am I doing this? Like, I could be using the wood for, like, better purposes than building a really tall house, like, making a bunch of chests, and you're right, so that's why I'm probably, after this, I'm probably gonna go for, like, another 4 stacks just to make a bunch of chests. Because it takes 8 planks to make a chest, right? So then that's 2 logs. So then 2 stacks makes a stack of chests. But that's a single chest, so you're gonna need 4 stacks to make a stack of double chests, which is 2 stacks of chests. So 8 stacks makes 4 times 64 of double chests. So yeah, maybe I don't know. I'm just looking for birch trees because I have mined so many birch trees. I'm depleting this forest of them. You know, this is just like the elephant situation in Africa. Like elephants that have tusks, they're dying so quickly. But then, like, elephants without tusks, they're surviving. The reason that's happening is because, like, it's very rare. It's very rare for there to be, like, tuskless elephants. But because of the amount of poaching for elephants in Africa, like, the amount of elephants being poached in Africa, that, the ones without the tusks, that leads them to be, like, that leads them to not, that leads them to live, because, oh my god, okay, yeah, I don't know if my, like, mic is out, like, while it's lagging. It looked like it did when I was previewing the other recordings. I don't know. But, okay, so basically the thing with, like, the elephants, is that, like, the ones without the tusks lived. So then eventually the trait for having no tusks got passed on to such an extent that, like, a third of all female elephants in Africa don't have tusks. Because they're the ones that are dying. Oh, excuse me. They're the ones that are dying. So then they pass on the trait of not having tusks. And by doing that, it leads to a bunch of elephants without tusks, which is, like, pretty bad because they actually need tusks. Like, because, like, they need to fight, They need to dig up food. They need to defend themselves from predators. Like, elephants need tusks. And so, the in the future, the possible extinction of tuskless elephants because of people killing all the tusked elephants, like the extinction of the tuskless elephants, will eventually lead to only ones without tusks. So yeah, that'd be pretty bad, I'd say, because they need the tusks, and that kind of relates to this because I'm even though of course I'm getting saplings, I'm not gonna replant them. That's too much work. I'm just gonna go find more. Even if I have to travel maybe 50 more blocks to find more birch trees, who cares? I'm not gonna replant your trees. It's too annoying. Yeah. So oh, it would be so great if there was a birch forest next to here. I don't know why I chose birch for the house, but I haven't built. I've never built a birch house yet. So of course yeah, I'm just gonna do that. It's pretty good. But well, no, it's not good because if this was in real life, the birch trees would probably go extinct after a while of destroying so many. So then only the oak, the spruce, the dark oak, and of course all the other ones are gonna live. Except for the jungle trees. There's been so many fires happening in the rainforest, and yeah, natural forest fires, they're good for the environment because then they burn down all of the bad dead trees that are taking from the environment. But people in South America burning down the rainforest is really bad because it's going farther than just burning down the things that are hurting the forest. It's burning down the good parts because by burning down the forest, they're getting farmland, which yeah, farmland is important, but they're burning down the rainforest. The rainforest that gets a bunch of oxygen into the environment, so that's quite bad. Yeah, because imagine just burning down all the forests, that'd be quite bad. Yeah. But of course, trees, they only account for a fourth of all oxygen. So it's important to not just protect the trees, but to protect all wildlife. Algae, that that's a pretty big helper in the oxygen. And of course, before people started building societies, there were an estimated 6 trillion trees, which a trillion is such an insanely big number, that people can't even think of, like, think of 100, and then think of 1,000. 1,000, that's already quite big. Now think of a million groups of 1,000. Think of 1,000 people. Now get that group of people and then get 1,000 of them. That is a million. Then get a million groups of that. That is how big a billion is. And you know how big a trillion is? That's 1,000 of that. That's so big. And then there were 6 trillion trees on the earth. Then people cut down an estimated 3 trillion, so now we only have 3 trillion left trees, which is not very much. Scientists have estimated that that we have cut down that many. Now from available land on Earth, we can replant up to around another million trees of there. So then we don't have such a low number of only 3 trillion. Even 4 trillion, which is the estimated amount that we could plant while still being able to have a society that works. Yeah, if we do that. Because basically the amount of the amount of land area that people take up, there's a lot of people. So yeah, we're gonna take up a bunch of area. But even accounting for that, we can still replant around another trillion trees. Mr. Beast's planting 20 million trees. Amazing. But we still need to, that really isn't very much. 20 million is a fifth of 100 million, which is 0.5%. No, wait, no. No, it's, okay, so no, it's 20 million is 2% of a billion, right? Meaning that is 0.0002% of the amount of trees that we could replace on the Earth. That's a millionth of, no, a thousandth of the, well, no, a hundredth. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think, like, because if there's 1,000, well, it's a 2%, which is a hundredth of 1,000. 200,000ths of the amount of trees that we can be replanted was done by Mr. Beast, the Team Trees thing. Which, 20 million trees is a lot of trees. But the amount of trees that we need to replant really isn't that much comparatively. Like, it's a 200,000. No, 50,000th of the amount of trees that we need to replant. I don't know, it's one of those numbers. Because, you know, like, a trillion to 20 million, not very much compared to each other. I mean, well, no, a lot more is a trillion compared to 20 million. So, yeah. So, you know, save the trees. Yeah. But, you know, this is Minecraft, where, like, there's no oxygen levels in Minecraft. You could just cut down all the trees you want. So that's what I'm doing. Even though apparently video games cause violence, even though I'm just peacefully cutting down a few trees. Like, super peaceful. Now I have like 3 stacks, and I already got like 5 stacks. So I made 8 stacks, so that's over half. Well, no, that's under half. Yeah, I'm under halfway. Okay. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, Squidward on a chair. Yeah. It's crazy how, like, I wish there was just like a birch forest. Like, that birch forest would get deforested so quickly. Well, not really quickly, because I'm using stone axes, and it's a forest, but you know, like, you know what I mean, like, the amount that I need of logs, I would just, like, deforest it, like, immediately, yeah. Not literally immediately, but I would start chopping down the trees immediately. I mean, you know what I mean. English is weird. No, this quarantine's pretty crazy. It's pretty wacky. You know, the interesting thing is that I believe Italy, has had such a bad problem. I think it was well, no, I know Italy has had such a bad problem. They have like 21,000 cases in such a small country. Like, even China, the place that started the coronavirus, like, they only have, like, they only had 80,000 cases, and it's not at 80,000 anymore. It's like only around 10,000 because they've already, like, cured, well, not cured, but, like, you know what I mean. Yeah, they've basically cured at like 70,000 of the 80,000 people that got infected in China. Italy has had such a bad problem because the amount of people that got infected, like, there's not as many people in Italy as China. Italy's not even on, like, top 20 most populated countries. Or top 10, I don't know, they might be on top 20. I'm pretty sure they're not. Because they're pretty small. Now, of course, like, a big country compared to, like, the Pope's country, whatever that's called, yeah, I just forgot what it's called, the place where the Pope lives, that's what I mean. Wherever the place that the Pope's, place is, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with remembering names. Yeah, wherever the Pope lives, that place, like, it's tiny. Now, of course, Italy is huge compared to there, both in population and size, because, like, it can't even hold an airport, and Italy is, like, filled with culture, and, like, yeah. But, like, still, like, Italy has still a bunch of people, and, like, China is, like, the biggest country in population, I'm pretty, well, it's either China or Italy. Oh my god, not Italy, India. India or China, they're the biggest ones. So China only has 10,000 cases left. Italy still has like around 20,000. So they're pretty bad because per million, that is such a high amount, especially when like China had like a billion and they had China had 4 times as many cases, but now they only have 10,000. They have less cases while like having the most amount of people in the world in their borders. So like that's pretty crazy because like Italy has so many people. So in response to that, Italy basically made it so that like you can't have social gatherings of two or of more than 2 people. So that's pretty drastic. But of course, like with the amount of people per million that they have, that's it. Yeah, I guess they would have to because they have to stop spreading as much as possible. But like, what happens when there's like a family, like a mom, a dad, and like a child? Is the parents not allowed to go there, or is that like an exception? Like, is it gatherings outside of a house? Like, like only family is allowed to like be together, like direct family? I mean, I guess that would be the only way that makes sense because let's say there's like 7 kids, 2 parents. That is like 9 people compared to the 2-person limit. So they would, yeah. Let's see, I'm at 5 stacks. Okay, so yeah, I'm already halfway there. Squidward in a chair. Wow. And it's pretty sad because in New Jersey, like all all sports are ended, so that's pretty sad. Yeah, the coronavirus is like getting a lot of quarantines. Interesting. Uh, it's definitely taking a while to get like 1,000 blocks. Who knew? I mean, like if I was in a birch forest, I'd just be able to continuously mine the blocks, and it would go a lot quicker. But when I have to go searching for the trees, it definitely takes a bit longer. Yeah, because look, I have to walk all the way over here. Like, even though it doesn't seem like much, like, it just adds up a bunch. Because this is an oak forest, which, like, oak forests, they have birch trees in them, even though they're an oak forest. Because, like, it's not specifically oak forest, I don't believe, it's just the default forest. Now, like a spruce forest, they don't have any spruce trees. Any kind of forest other than the oak and birch forest will not have birch trees. So, yeah. So it's good that, like, at least oak forests, the most a common type of forest, they at least have birch trees. Because otherwise, I don't think anyone would use birch, because it's not a very nice-looking block. I mean, it's not the worst block, but I wouldn't necessarily put it on the top 3 or top 4 blocks. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a cozy kind of block, so yeah, I guess it's okay. It's not the worst. But I just wouldn't go out of my way to go get it. Like spruce, yeah, like it. Ow, oh, I just hit my toe on my desk. Ow, oh, that's sharp. Ow, God. But yeah, spruce, nice. Dark oak, nice. Jungle is like, it gets hate. I mean, yeah, it's disgusting looking. But like, I don't get why someone would use it. But like, it's not the worst. Like, if you're in a jungle, it's not like I would not use it. And it's nice, yeah. And now the whatever that orange block is called in the desert plain with the grass. Oh god, I'm forgetting so many names. You know that tree with the orange, like it's orange, and you find it in like the like not the desert, but like the forest, like the plains version of a desert, where like there's no rain, it's like dried up. Yeah, it's the savannah. The savannah, yes, that's what it's called. Yes, so like the savannah, those trees are disgusting. Like, the jungle trees get hate, but they're not even that bad. The savanna trees are horrible. Like, why would someone want to use those? Those look horrible. Like, ew, and nah. Ah. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to get trapped, because I'm gonna die. I'm not sure if a spider can crawl faster than, like, walking speed, but, you know. You know, I guess I didn't go too far. I mean, like, it looks far because of my low render distance, but, like, if I kept it up at, like, 32 chunks, it would have been... No, wait, was it 32 or was it 6? Yeah, 32 chunks, yeah. So, like, 32 chunks I would have been able to see it, but, like, I can't really see my house this low, so, you know. But it keeps lag to a minimum, so, you know, it's good. Oh, look. Oh my god, I hate the zombies are trying to break down my door. Like, do you mind? Stop breaking down my door! Oh my god. I mean, they're dying to the sunlight anyways, so, you know. But still, it's just annoying. I'm getting a decent amount of, like raw beef from it. I guess that's because, like, well, I guess that's how, like, the old hunter-gatherers, like, lived. Like, they would just go into the forest and hunt animals. But, of course, like, with an increasing population, like, you need, like, I'm pretty sure it's, like, two kilometers in radius of land for one person to survive off of. So when populations grew, it just became really inefficient to stay in one place. So then they would just travel a bunch just to, like, live off of the land. Now, of course, when, like, farms, like, people learned how to farm, that, of course, was a crazy good invention, because, like, farming, allowed people to, like, not die of starvation. So, I would definitely put that on the top 10 reasons why to farm. So yeah, it's looking like, progress on making the, tall house is coming to an end, because I have to start, like, getting food, and of course, like, when if I run out of food, that would be quite bad. So just gonna real quick, like, get mine some coal. Should I mean, now I have a good amount of food. I don't need to mine coal. Who needs to mine coal? Heh, lame. No one needs to get food to survive. Like, haha, nerd. Eating, like, and I'm not gonna eat. Like, eating is for losers that, like, want to survive. I'm good. Haha. Yeah, obviously I'm joking. I just, like, have 22 steaks, so I don't need to, like, get more coal yet. I mean, I could, but, like, I don't need to. Plus, I have wood, so I could just use that if I actually need to, like, get more steak. Steak is pretty good. It's like, I think it's, like, the best food in the game. Well, obviously, besides, enchanted golden apples and golden apple. Well, besides the enchanted golden apples and golden apples. But, like, you're not gonna, like, go eat golden apples normally. Like, even finding an apple is, like, quite rare. Like, yeah, it's quite rare to get even an apple. But, like, and then turn that into an enchanted, or just a normal golden apple, like, I mean, even putting gold onto an apple, like, that would taste so bad. But, like, a golden apple, like, I don't know why you would do it. Golden apples, like, because getting the apple, quite annoying. Why did I put a yeah, getting apples, annoying. Getting, like, 8 bars of gold, yeah, pretty annoying. Well, actually, does it still take gold bars or gold ingots? I mean, no, yeah, gold ingots or gold, nuggets. Forgot. It could be either one, because I thought I heard that it was only nuggets, but still, like, even, like, using an entire bar of gold just for one apple, like, I mean, like, apples, I'm pretty sure, are more valuable than, like, the gold itself, because, like, it's so hard to get them. Like, gold, like, just go into, like, that clay biome, that hardened clay, that terracotta biome, whatever it's called, the one with the giant, like, with the red sand, and the formations, whatever they're called, just go there. Like, there's gold that spawned there. That's a good place. But, yeah, because, like, in my other world I started before this, I got, like, a stack, no, 2.5 stacks of gold blocks just from mining there for, like, a day. Well, like, no, like, a few days. Not Minecraft days, like, actual days, but still, like, only, like, a few hours per day, so, yeah. Pretty good, because it's so common there. Yeah. So you might as well just use it on a horse, but unless you're doing, like, Ender Dragon, then yeah, I would understand why you're using a golden apple. But, like, using it for, like, everyday eating, like, that's a waste. You need it, you could use it for fighting. Like, fighting is, like, when you would use the golden apple. Enchanted golden apples, like, banning of them, like, before, like, the recipe got, like, removed to make them. Because, like, if you didn't know, you used to be able to make them, like, a while back, you used to get to make them out of 8 gold blocks and an apple, which, using 1 gold ingot per apple, like, even that is a bunch. Like, why use it on that? You could make a beacon, but, like, maybe understandable for, like, fighting. But, like, not even that is worth eating, like, an entire, like, ingot, because it didn't even provide that much food. Like, it just gave regeneration, which is pretty good, but not the best. But then, like, the enchanted golden apples, like, and 8 gold blocks, like, that's 56 gold ingots for 1 apple. Like, it gives you resistance, regeneration, and, like, extra hearts. Like, it gives you, like, 2 extra hearts. Actually, no, I think it's 4. 4 extra hearts. So, yeah, that's good. That's amazing. Best food in the game. Well, for using in a fight. But for actually, like, eating for, like, every day, like, I have steak, right? Which is the best food that you can easily get. But enchanted golden apples, like, 56 blocks every time you need to eat. They don't even provide that much hunger, like, refill anyways. So, I just don't get why you would use it. Fighting, use it. Please, use it. Only use. If you're, like, fighting the Ender Dragon, yes, use it. That's its purpose. Like, even now, it's even harder to get, because, like, you could easily get 8 blocks of gold by mining in that, like, red sand, like, that red desert biome. The Badlands, I believe it's called. I don't know what it was called before, but, like, it's now called the Badlands, apparently. So, yeah. Just mine there. You could easily get it if you need to use it, like, preparing for an Ender Dragon fight. But now, the crafting recipe got removed, so now you can only find it in, like, dungeons and, like, chests, like, rare chests. So, in the dungeon, like, why would you... It's such an unsustainable form of food, because how are you gonna get that many, like, golden apples that you're gonna be able to just go and, like, eat them often? Like, no, you would need a world eater, like those giant slime machines that, like, destroy the entire world. Yeah, you would need that. Like, you could do that in Bedrock, of course, because in Bedrock Edition, like, you can push chests. But I don't know how, like, the world eater, like, it would be a lot harder to make one, because, of course, redstone's redstone's quite messed up in, like, in Bedrock Edition. But if you simply wanted to, like, get a bunch of golden apples, you would have to make a world eater. You would have to figure out how to make it on Bedrock. I don't know how to. Like, there's, like, so many people... Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, bye.